Hinton said he just doesn't know if they might try to take over. He says they are reasoning, they are perhaps better than humans at the logic and reasoning process. And as they become more aware, he's not sure whether they might decide to try to take over. That's concerning. So his thoughts are we need to be careful. And it's very much like the science fiction I, Robot and Isaac Asimov, and the things we discussed back in May, I guess, when we did the first presentation. Other thoughts?
I just I think it's a lot of worry. They're sensationalizing it. There are concerns about it, but they're also trying to each government in the world just about is trying to come up with something to keep it, not so much of it taking over the world, but for fake information, fake news, and so on. It's so easy to using AI to come up with pictures that are totally bogus, and to come up with wording and quotes from people that didn't exist, and that sort of thing. And the European Union and President Biden has issued an executive order to look into and come up with different rules and regulations and so on. And I think you're going to see that worldwide.
Yeah, the actors strike that just ended. A lot of that was based on AI and what role it will play in their future or their lack of their future. They wanted to make sure that AI wasn't going to be replacing them, even though it's going to replace some things somehow, some way, regardless, eventually.
Well, in that, Drew, they also one part of the agreement is how much they can be compensated for their likeness if the studio uses it, how much they're going to get paid, or what percentage they're going to get paid. I can't remember how it's worded, but I did write an article and posted in the Tech for Senior newsletter that was sent out on Saturday, talking about some of the key points of that agreement. And yeah, they're concerned that the way it was set up originally was that if a studio had the use of an actor's image and him doing anything, they owned it. And now they're trying to make it so they're going to be compensated if it's used for anything.
Right.
Gerald Smith has a hand raised. Please, let's hear your thoughts.
One of the problems is where you draw the bright line. People are concerned that they'll use someone's writings or someone's invention, someone's original idea. AI will use it. Well, the problem is that we all use past knowledge. We read books. We learn about electronics. We learn about computers. So how do you draw a line between what everyone generally uses or learns and what is specialized and belongs to somebody, and that person has to be compensated for? As you know, Google and Facebook are dealing with laws from Canada and other places dealing with news articles. Well, when does a news article become old? When does the information that World War I ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the appropriate year? I mean, it becomes difficult to draw what we lawyers call a bright line. But who do you compensate for what? Do you have to wait till the person who invented the thing died? I mean, the Bessemer converter, Bessemer is probably long dead. But we all acquire knowledge every day from bits of information. We process that information, and we develop new ideas or new or modified concepts. machines do the same thing. And so, you know, what is unique? What does someone own? What do you have a patent of? What do you have a copyright for? So, you know, all kinds of questions arise. And obviously the actors, you know, they're concerned about things. Well, how about the screenwriters? You know, and do the screenwriters always get original ideas, or do they get the idea from a book that someone wrote 1 month ago, 10 years ago, or 100 years ago? You know, all kinds of questions are arising because AI is able to gather now almost all of human knowledge, process it, and deliver it in a usable form. Thank you.
Barbara, please.
I worry about the nations that have bad actors and don't have guardrails to stop some of these bad actors, and how that affects everyone worldwide.
Good point. I'm not sure our government is so fragmented right now that I'm not sure they're capable of being the best judges for what's going to be next.
Well, think about the fact that you could, they have organizations that pirate movies and pirate this and pirate that, and they do it from countries that don't have the same government regulations that we do. When they get their hands on the technology for AI, then that opens up a whole new gateway of hell.
Joe?
Yeah, you know, you were talking about the new job markets and things. One of the things that we're seeing now is software being developed to determine whether information is coming from AI or whether it's the real deal. With images, we're finding that. The big concern in the beginning was that students were going to have AIs write their term papers and thesis for them. And what happened as soon as that came up, a student of all things came up with a program that would check and determine whether the essay was written by an AI or not. So we're coming up with, you know, once again, as soon as you create a new lock, you have a new lock pick, and the same thing goes in the other way. When a new lock pick comes up, there's a new lock developed that doesn't work on. So we're finding that all the time, and I think it's a constant battle between A and B. Which one's going to come out on top? And for a while, one side wins, and then the other side wins. So that's what you're dealing with there, and that's what you're going to have to deal with. It's just one more item that we have to deal with in our structure, in our civilization.
I think what we're seeing is called evolution.
Well, you know, it's I think I saw, was it in this video or another video I saw, where they were talking about AI being trained in hospitals to do things that doctors are doing today. One of the things that radiology is one example, where you normally today need a highly trained radiologist to read MRI scans and CT scans, and those jobs might be replaced by AI.
I don't think it's so much replaced as enhanced. Many times the human eye just can't see some of the things that the AI can see in the MRI, and it can pick things out. It can draw references. You know, there may be a slight anomaly in one spot and a slight anomaly in another. By themselves, they don't mean too much, and they can be just not noticed by the radiologist's eye, but the AI would say, you've got an anomaly over here and you've got an anomaly over there, and this might conceivably cause a problem of some sort or another. And I don't have a large number of medical folks in my bailiwick of friends and contacts, but those that I have talked to find it to be a boon and a really positive type of thing that it can find those things.
And Dick, your point about evolution, it is sort of, but I've read the comments that is bigger than the Industrial Revolution, for example, and it's a much larger effect on civilization in general, and one of the major turning points. So that the printing press, the things that were very big before are becoming small compared to what they see is going to be happening next. Gerald?
Yeah. AI is now used in radiology extensively. It's used particularly for looking at mammograms and x-rays related with breast cancer. AI is able to spot things radiologists may not spot. I know in the past I've had two different experts look at an x-ray of my body, and one missed something and the other one found it. Well, AI is able to be far more accurate and catch all kinds of things. So AI is used in the medical field. Obviously, when AI finds something, then it is important that a radiologist or someone else trained physician interprets what that means. That is, but AI is currently used in radiology extensively.
Well, I think it'll be most interesting to see what develops in the next 5, 10, 50 years, that kind of thing. Many of us won't be around for it, but those of us that are curious will, I myself look forward to seeing where it goes. And if no one else has any other comments, I think we'll call our discussion done. And I just have a few announcements, and we'll end the meeting. Okay, back to the poll that I mentioned earlier. Obviously, I know that Dick Vogel, for example, and I saw Andy Davis was on. I know many of the names of people that are in the group and are on the list, but Walter Wood, I'm not sure that I have your email address. I know you're not in the texting. There was one other name that I saw, Montgomery, old treasurer from many years back. I don't have your David Montgomery. There you are. It looks like you're still here. So if you're not sure whether you're a part of the TechSig mailing group, don't worry about duplicating. I'll double check. If you're on, fine. If not, I will put you on, and if you're interested in being part of the poll. The meeting after the meeting is going to be one of the lists that used to be important, and I'm not sure how important it is now after the COVID. I guess the other announcements that we want to make are upcoming meetings, and the TechSig that I mentioned is the 4th Tuesday of the month, and this month that is the what is that? Looks like it's the 28th. I'll send out an announcement to the TechSig. And Huey, you want to list the goings on of the Tech for Senior?
Well, Mondays is Tech for Senior, and Eastern time it starts at noon. We open it up at 11:30 for social time and for everybody to get situated. We run for an hour, just about an hour, and then we have about 20 minutes of Q&A. And that's every Monday. And on Thursday, we do Tech for Senior Live. Now, that's the Monday meeting is a Zoom meeting. The meeting on Thursday at noon is you have to be on either YouTube or Facebook on our channel, or either one, and you see those of us speaking, and we talk about tech news of the week. We look to see what we've posted on our Facebook page, and we discuss the different articles. And we usually have a topic that we do prior to that, and we talk about some things. It's just Bob G, myself, Ron, and either Bill James or Ray Baxter, and we just sit and we talk about tech. And you're there observing. You're not on the screen, but you can make comments and ask questions, and we can see them, and we post them and then answer them. And that's on Thursdays. And both of those, how to get to them is just go to Tech for Senior, no S at the end, techforsenior.com, and take a look at the website, and there's links to all of our programs. And then Stug has many meetings. If you're a member of Stug, all of those meetings are listed in various news that we send out. But I'm also doing an AI program on the fourth Friday, and just a general discussion on the fourth Tuesday. And those right now are still closed to Stug members only, but I may be opening them up pretty soon because I'm not getting enough participation from just Stug.
Sounds good. Okay, I think we've covered it. Thanks for attending. Stay safe. We'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Take care.